7:45 on a cold, wet Sunday morning in Volcan, Panama. The volunteer staff have prepared the clinic and await the arrival of the veterinarian, Dr. Andres Tello. Shortly before 8 o'clock, Dr. Tello arrives and is greeted with a banner announcing the 100th Spay and Neuter Clinic. Clinic Director Dorothy Atwater presents him with a certificate to honor his many years of service, and then is surprised as the volunteers present her a certificate for her many years of dedication to the animals of Volcan.
I'm going to cry. Oh my God. Oh, I'm going to cry.
The first animal of the day is a local street dog called Blondie. The first course of action is to weigh Blondie. This is important as this ensures that the animal is given the correct amount of anesthetic. Too little, and it could wake up during surgery. Too much, and it could prove dangerous.
This is going to be a little too disorganized at first, but that's okay. You know?
We can always edit things.
Get on there.
Thank you. 55.
55.
Longtime volunteer Don Binder prepares the animals by administering the anesthesia and additional injections for post-operative care, one being an anti-inflammatory and the second being a vitamin booster. Don is also tasked with shaving the area where the surgical incisions will take place.
John, did you get a collagen yet?
No, I haven't.
We put the oil in the eyes because the anesthesia keeps the eyes open and the oil keeps it from drying out.
Yeah.
This is the one that's, because it's thick, it always takes a little bit longer to inject.
Oh, Alex isn't here yet, and I emailed him to come early.
Thank you.
He won't be in the shot.
This one can either go, this is the anti-inflammatory. Usually we put it back in here or up under the leg. There's a nerve problem there that we try not to hit. Okay. This okay?
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Got it?
Got a big head. He needs to go down a little bit.
Okay.
There, that's good.
That better? Sorry, buddy. No more fights.
You just thought you were going to escape without a card. Ha ha ha.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Dr. Tello has a reputation for only making small incisions. This, of course, reduces the possibility of infection, reduces the recovery time. On this day, 51 animals will be treated over a 12-hour period.
Okay, what we do is we give the weight, and therefore we know how much anesthesia to give, and the time that the anesthesia is given in case we have to give a second injection. And then when they when they give the pain and antibiotics, they check it, and then next they'll give the B12 and the antiparasite, and then they'll put a check there. So, complete information about the dog or the cat, whichever it may be.
Sometimes she shows up a few.
One of the volunteers has prepared a cake to mark this milestone in the Spay Clinic history.
And then someone will come over and dress the incision. And has this one had the post-op? Okay. She's bringing the post-op shots now.
Yeah, we got no eye drop yet.
Peroxide is really great for removing blood. And I don't know if you can tell the little tiny incision. Well, they also put a dressing to help it dry and medication. Yeah.
It's okay. We'll get to it.
Every effort is made to ensure that each surgical procedure is carried out with due regard to maintaining a clean, sterile environment. There is always the concern that there could be cross-infection between animals.
That crate, is that weigh the same? No, it's hard to tell. Okay. Cool.
Dottie knows.
Yeah. What's up with you, Sid? No, sweetie,
And then
She's psyched
they can't escape, and our crates are
this one
weighed
was injected
so
before
that we can weigh the crate, subtract the weight of the crate, and then we know the weight of the animal. Really organized here.
Yes.
Okay, you want to do it? You gonna do it or?
alcohol.
Longtime volunteer Francie Pineda records the details of each animal and ensures that the owners have complied with a very important pre-operative no food and no water rule.
¿Cuándo fue la última comida de Sassy?
La última comida fue anoche.
Ajá, ayer, ok. ¿Y cómo es la salud de ella? ¿Buena? ¿Regular? ¿Buena?
31.
¿Arriba o
Y un 8.
Oh, that won't work.
He doesn't know. We have these up for every clinic. It goes by number, which is on the tag corresponding to the animal. It shows whether it's a dog or a cat, or a male or female, and that way we can keep track of how many male dogs, female cats, male cats, and also by going by this, I know how much to pay Dr. Teo at the end of the day.
Okay.
This is a paper that we give to many people. It says why sterilize your animals, and it tells about all the benefits of sterilization. One of them is that in 6 years, a female dog and her descendants can be responsible for the birth of 67,000 puppies. And in 7 years, a female cat and her descendants can be responsible for 420,000 kitties. Now this assumes that all of the births live, and of course many of them don't. But just in case, I mean this is a horrible number to consider. And the fact that we, as of this clinic, will have sterilized about 3,700 dogs and cats Well, it's difficult to even do the number.
That was a good mom. No scratches, no bites.
Could you just point out the thing you said about the door?
Well, whenever we get a cat free out where we're going to inject them, we have to close the door because they will run if they get loose. And they are squirmy, you know, they'll get loose. Before, they used to go out the window, but now the windows stop.
Who was that masked veterinarian?
We had another unusual event today, the first time for a blood transfusion ever. One dog was in heat, and a small dog, and she bled a lot. And apparently all dogs have the same sort of blood, and so one that had been, a male dog that had been neutered, Dr. Teo took 120 cc's of blood from the neck of that dog and then injected it into the vein of the little female dog. She is fine, she's waking up, everything is going to be wonderful. He said the blood he took from the male dog will be replaced within a week. So another successful event.
Her name is Ellie Mae Nod, and she is a street dog that's been hanging around our house. And we brought her in so that she doesn't have puppies on our doorstep. And we're trying to find a home for her because we can't keep her according to our lease. And she is a wonderful, sweet, sweet dog. So we're very, very thankful for this clinic and Dr. Teo for being able to do everything you do here. Thank you.
Well, to give a little background on how these clinics first came about. When I moved to Volcan in 2004, I thought I didn't even like dogs. Well, it's amazing how life can change. I quickly adopted a scraggly little homeless puppy, and there were many more to come. Not that I thought about at the time. But seeing the scores of sick, homeless, mange-ridden, and dying dogs roaming the streets just broke my heart. So in 2006, March of 2006, I started the low-cost spay-neuter clinics in Volcan. There have been challenges along the way, but by now we have a well-organized and efficient clinic each month. Our veterinarian, Dr. Andres Teo, is the only one who receives payment, and he accepts a much lower payment than what he charges in his private clinic. We are very grateful that he comes to do this every month. On November 20th, 2016, we celebrated our 100th spay-neuter clinic in Volcan. I don't have a corporation or a foundation other than the doctor and the volunteers on clinic days. It's pretty much left up to me. I'm responsible for everything, including financing. So your donations are very much appreciated. As a happy result of our clinics, we've seen a change in the hearts and the minds of Panamanians. Now, instead of thinking of themselves, their dogs as dogs and cats as things that don't need love, affection, proper food and water, now they've come to really love their pets. It's so heartwarming when we see them bring their special blankets and beds for their beloved pets to the clinics now. At least 95% of our clients are Panamanians. We've always had wonderful volunteers, but the group has changed over the years. Some have been high school students who have graduated and moved on. Some have been Peace Corps workers whose term has ended. And Francia Pinedo has been with us from the very beginning. Don Binder is a close second in longevity. And Dr. Andres Tello has been with us from the very beginning as our veterinarian. We tattoo the ears of female dogs to indicate that they have been spayed, because the incision is so small, made by Dr. Tello, that quickly it is invisible. Each animal receives an injection for pain, a long-lasting antibiotic, and a parasite, vitamin B complex, and a topical application for fleas and ticks. When necessary, our volunteers also clean the ears and clip the toenails of the animals. After each clinic, I create a web page telling what happened during the clinic, how many animals were sterilized, and so forth. I also give a financial accounting on each web page and include a link to the photo album of pictures I took during the clinic. For many years, I used Picasa web albums. To the discredit of Google, they switched to Google Photos, and they don't even give a redirect to the Picasa links on my previous web pages. So for the last several months, I've switched to Flickr albums, but before that, clicking on the link for the Picasa web albums will give a 404 page not found. Shame on Google. Our volunteers are always listed on my website for each clinic. For this 100th, go to www.spaypanama-org 100th HTML. That's 100 TH HTML. Enid Maldonado is also a regular volunteer, but she wasn't present at this clinic because she broke her ankle. Poor baby. We hope she recovers in time for the January clinic. It's amazing and wonderful how life can change. I didn't think I liked dogs. I myself currently have 18 rescued dogs. My heart just couldn't say no. Most of them were in horrible condition before Dr. Tello came to the aid. Now they're all happy, healthy, and just wonderful dogs. Now I can't imagine my life without dogs. And I'm very grateful for my wonderful employee, Jose Dennis Espinoza. He's essential for the clinics, and I simply could not have so many dogs without him. He's wonderful. We've saved thousands of births through sterilization, and so many otherwise mama dogs and cats have been relieved of that tremendous burden. Please spay and neuter to help reduce the suffering of dogs and cats due to overpopulation. And visit our website at spaypanama-chiriqui.org. There is a link for the Spanish version also. On the left side of the home page, there's a link that will take you to each of our clinics from the beginning to the present. I am humbly grateful that by helping these animals, I found my true purpose in life. So, my greatest thanks to David Dell for producing this video, and my thanks to all the volunteers, to those who contribute, who bring their animals to be sterilized, and those who contribute, whether financially or otherwise. Love and hope.